I'm a firm believer in like what they see is what they'll be, and so I try to be a role model because coming in as like a STEM major and coming into NCCU wanting to be a student leader, I didn't really have a role model too much to look up to, and so I tried my best to always get back because I know how hard it is starting from scratch and not knowing where to get your questions answered. So in everything I do, I try to make sure that if I'm the only person I ever help succeed, then I'm a failure. I think that the average student cares a lot about NCCU and they care a lot about the issues, but I don't think they care enough to sacrifice anything beyond their. I don't want to say they're lazy, but I do believe that students don't take the initiative to strive for anything better than what they see in front of them. And I think that's because of a lot of what they've seen has been stagnant SGA, who's not very for them, who doesn't make any change. And so when they hear you making promises that other people have already made, it's hard to convince people. But you really have to sell people a dream,
How was the campaigning? Did you enjoy that? What was that experience like for you?
Long. It was long. It was hard, but it was worth it. I met a lot of great students. Had a lot of fun. I had a study jam where I met students in the library. We played basketball outside. We hooped with Michael Hopkins. We did a stroll during 10:40 break meet and greet. We had speech and debate night, and then I dorm stormed every night. I knocked on every single door on this campus at least once, just to meet as many students as possible and ask them how they feel about SGA, issues that they see at their university and what solutions we possibly could find.
Did you ever have any interesting encounters with students who were just like really upset you were banging on their door? Anybody who was
Plenty.
super excited to meet you?
Plenty of people said they were actually following me on social media, and so they knew I was coming. And then a lot of people were pretty hostile because the way schedules work out, you can only dorm storm. I want to say last week there was a night where I was dorm storming at like 12:30, and the people I did get were in bathrobes or just woke up, and a lot of hostility there.
What do you say to somebody when you knock on their door and they come out in a bathrobe and they are not interested, but you got to say something to try to reach out to them? I mean, what kind of stuff did you say to them?
I just explained, that I was trying to reach them where they are, because you give people a forum to voice their concerns and they don't necessarily, come out. So you have to meet people where they are, and a lot of times that is in their dorm room, and it's not always at a convenient time. But service is never convenient. And I know there's one guy who was like, "Why do y'all keep knocking at my door?" And I was like, "This is my personal first time knocking at your door, but I'm running to be your next student body president, and I'd love to chat more with you." And so just trying to stay optimistic because people will be negative, but there's a greater purpose.
What was speech and debate night like for you? How did you prepare for it? Let me start there.
I wrote my speech 4 a.m. the night before, in the morning of, I guess.
Dang. Why'd you wait that long? Did it just take you that long? You just didn't start till the last second?
It's not that I was procrastinating, and it's not that it took that long. It's that I knew whatever I wanted to say, I wanted to be natural, and I wanted to be from my heart. And I knew it would come to me when it would. So I didn't press it. Because at some point I knew before speech and debate night, whatever I'm going to write is going to be what I really feel. And it just happened to be at 4 a.m. the morning of. And I'd say it went pretty well.
Yeah.
What other schools did you consider going to?
My first choice was Duke, but I didn't get in.
Ah.
And then after that, it was really only Central.
Yeah.
I got into FAMU. I got a scholarship to FAMU, to Fisk, and to A&T.
And you're on some scholarship here.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The
Chancellor's?
Chancellor's Soaring Eagle.
Soaring Eagle?
Mm-hmm.
That's got a...
My roommate has that, I know.
There's about... How many Soaring Eagles are there? 10 or 15 or so?
We don't know.
Probably.
Is there a special program? You have certain obligations with your...
Just the honors program. You have to maintain an honors program membership.
What is your GPA? You mind us asking?
3.8.
You got a B in something?
I got a couple B's actually. Physics, Chem 2, microbiology, and bioanalytical
Hard
chemistry.
ones.
I think you should lead with that.
Yeah.
We got a B
The scandal of our non-4.0.
Headline.
I
USGA
did.
president got to be.
Yeah.
I got a couple B's.
That should be the headline too.
So you don't like those?
No. I think I could have done better, but it's water under the bridge at this point,
Do you worry about the responsibilities of SGA and how that might impact your GPA and stuff?
I just try my best. I'm really content with, as long as I know I gave my best effort, I'll take the result. And oftentimes I find that my best effort is usually pretty good.
Yeah. And you're in a fraternity?
Mm-hmm. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Alpha.
Fraternity
There's
Incorporated.
been a lot of alphas.
Yeah.
In the
There's been a lot of alphas in SGA. Not recently, but before.
There was a long run.
Is
of
that an
Alpha.
intentional
was-
effort, or it just happens that way? From what you've heard.
They all gang up and vote. You got
To
all
be
your
honest,
Alphas out there.
it's an organization of great leaders, historically, and at NCCU.
That's true. Was Shepard Alpha?
No, he was the
Okay.
Kappa. You talking about James E. Shepard?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Kappa.
Kappa.
But like,
Kappa's had a long run here too, I think.
if you look historically, like at the members of Alpha Phi Alpha, you see a lot of like.
Who was the
notable-
last Alpha here as a
Stefan.
Stefan was?
Mm-hmm. And then before that, it was 9 straight years of GB Alphas being SGA presidents.
Oh, wow.
And then there was the gap from Stefan until now.
Oh, so you're reestablishing the reign.
Reclaiming the
of
throne,
Alphas.
yeah. So there's 5 main points to my platform:
Okay.
dining, housing, security, academic affairs, and campus morale. And all 5 of those issues I know affect students on a daily basis. Just working to improve those areas,
The
hopefully.
last one was what? Morale?
Campus morale.
What do you mean by
ultimate-
that?
I want to bring back. So we currently cheer for back to back to back MEAC champions.
Yeah.
But if you go to our football games, they're really not that much fun. Like we sit down and we watch football.
Okay.
But like if you go to other schools, their student sections are rowdy, they're lit, they're turning up, they're dancing, they're singing, and we just sit there. And those schools have 0-12 records. Our team is back to back to back MEAC champions. Like I feel like they deserve to get a little bit more cheer. And so maybe bringing back the student section. It was called the Screaming Eagles originally.
Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, bringing back the Screaming Eagles. But even broadly, just making sure that Eagle pride is always amplified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are excited to be here. It's a first choice premier global institution, or so we say.
You're in some classes and some students just don't have it together. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I mean, they don't have the books, they don't do the reading,
Right.
all that.
I
What's your take on that? What's
So,
happening? What's up with that?
there's a certain agreement in education, The educators are supposed to provide the educational materials and opportunities to
Uh-huh.
learn, but there's also a requirement by the student to want to learn.
Yeah.
And so, an educator can be, you could be getting taught by Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison, but if you're not willing to be receptive to the lessons, then you won't learn anything at all.
Yeah.
So, to an extent, it's the responsibility of the learner to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an issue.
And
What do
you can't
think
teach
is-
motivation.
Yeah. Well, I guess you can't teach it.
You can beat it, maybe,
Maybe.
physically.
Somehow.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's nice.
So
What's the business?
Yeah, what's it about?
It's a clothing line designed
Okay.
because again, going back to mentorship and just making sure that helping others succeed. I know it's really hard. Like STEM, there's a decent interest in STEM, but the STEM retention rate is like the biggest issue,
Yeah.
especially among minorities.
Yeah.
And so just showing like black scientists that you do matter, you are important, and you have support. And so hopefully every time I wear my shirt, other black scientists see it and say, we do matter and we can do it.